Protect your DNA. BioBQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Right on schedule, before the dead can even be properly mourned as victims of the terror unleashed in Beirut, Paris, Egypt, Nigeria, and now the routine assassination of Chinese and Norwegian hostages by ISIS. Before the smoke can even clear, our elected officials are calling to have our rights taken.
These people use the kinds of weapons that are still available in the United States of America, and I think it ought to cause us to have another consideration of sensible gun safety laws.
Illinois Representative Schakowsky, 1 in 3 Americans disagree, and gun sales are skyrocketing due to a government-backed invasion of ISIS jihadists. Are there really sleeper cells?
Anyone can go online and discover the clear and present danger of decades-old State Department documents revealing what has been lurking within at least 22 of our United States.
A secret videotape uncovered by our investigation team. Sheikh Jelani is seen here both recruiting American Muslims and instructing them in Islamic guerrilla warfare tactics.
We are establishing training camps. You can reach us. At Grounding Group University offices in upstate New York, or in Canada, or in Michigan, or in South Carolina, or in Pakistan, wherever we are, you can reach us. You are most welcome. You join one of our, advanced training course in Islamic military warfare.
The Clarion Project, who I work for, we broke this story about how a terrorist enclave has been detected in Texas. We know this from declassified FBI documents. There was originally some broad intelligence about it, and so we started investigating. We figured out the group's front organizations that they were using in Texas, and then some activists from a group called Act for America went and verified the specific location so that we made sure that we definitely knew what we were talking about, and then we got declassified FBI documents and confirmed it from that end. So we know for a fact that this organization that runs the 22 villages, as they call them, also have one in Texas.
In the wake of the carnage, the occupiers of our government were giddy with delight over the expectation of encryption restrictions, biometric technology application, and the usual disregard for our God-given liberties in exchange for a technocratic New World Order takeover. TechDirt reports, in the wake of the tragic events in Paris, encryption has continued to be a useful bogeyman for those with a voracious appetite for surveillance expansion. Like clockwork, numerous reports were quickly circulated suggesting that the terrorists used incredibly sophisticated encryption techniques, despite no evidence by investigators that this was the case. These reports varied in the amount of hallucination involved, the New York Times even having to pull one such report offline. Other claims the attackers had used encrypted PlayStation 4 communications also wound up being bunk. Yet, pushed by their sources in the government, the media quickly became a sound wall of noise, suggesting that encryption was hampering the government's ability to stop these kinds of attacks. NBC was particularly breathless this week over the idea that ISIS was now running a 24-hour help desk aimed at helping its less technically proficient members understand encryption. All of the reports had one central underlying drumbeat implication. Edward Snowden and encryption have made us less safe, and if you disagree, the blood is on your hands. Yet amazingly enough, as actual investigative details emerge, it appears that most of the communication between the attackers was conducted via unencrypted vanilla SMS. USA Today reports a small victory in a 289 to 137 vote. The House has passed a bill to halt the admission of Syrian refugees. Democrat Gerald Nadler argued against the bill, saying, "We face a choice that will echo through history," while reminding lawmakers that the U.S. turned away Jewish refugees fleeing Nazi Germany in 1939. He continued, "We must not let ourselves be guided by irrational fear. This isn't fear. This is common sense. And that was then, and this is now. And Nazis hadn't infiltrated the Jewish refugees to enter America. Operation Paperclip took care of that one. Washington, D.C., it's time to grow a pair. You are all party to treason if you don't divide yourselves from the agents of the New World Order and represent the will of the American people. Obama must be impeached. His JV team is marching into America. The first innocent American to die by a jihadist posing as a Syrian refugee due to your culture of greased palms will mean the end of your career. Guaranteed. John Bound for Infowars.com.
General, what do you think about the FBI saying that there's a terror alert on Monday about a potential Fort Hood situation?
The police are shoving people, shoving Alex, shoving the crowd.
Here we go, folks. I'm being assaulted.
Whether it's the radio show, the news websites, documentary films, or the nightly news, Infowars is the tip of the spear.
Is this another false flag stage attack to take our civil liberties and put more homeland security while sticking their hands down on the pants on the streets?
It's up to us to set brush fires in the minds of men and women everywhere. And that's what PrisonPlanet.tv is designed to do.
You watch, the Assad regime is going to be blamed or accused of using chemical weapons against the so-called rebels.
What we see now is a war against reality. It's a war against the truth.
It's more vital than ever that supporters of freedom become members of PrisonPlanet.tv and share their membership with up to 11 friends and family. Visit InfoWarsNews.com today. Become a member, share your membership, and help take the InfoWar to the next level.